In April 1986, reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded. What followed became the worst nuclear disaster in human history. Entire cities were evacuated and large parts of northern Ukraine became permanently contaminated. 40 years later, this exclusion zone still exists. For years, I had wanted to visit this historic place, so in 2019, after watching HBO's Chernobyl, I finally decided it was time to go. So I convinced my parents to join me on a trip to Ukraine, and we head to Kiev. This footage was filmed 7 years ago, so consider this a trip back in time to a much younger version of myself with a stronger Belgian accent and far less experience behind the camera. Despite all that, this turned into one of the most unforgettable trips I've ever taken. A journey filled with radioactive hotspots, befriending the surprisingly sweet stray dogs of the zone, and finally walking through the real-life landscapes I had spent hours exploring in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. 50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town. As I mentioned, our journey started in Kiev. Here we got picked up by our guide Sergey before beginning the 2.5-hour drive towards Chernobyl. As we got closer, the roads became more desolate, and eventually we reached the first checkpoint, meaning we were officially entering the 30-kilometer exclusion zone. Not long after, we arrived at our first abandoned structure, a kindergarten.
We arrived at our first destination. It's inside the 30 kilometers exclusion zone. It's the first stop, and it's a kindergarten. So basically, lots of kids used to run around here, like play, and now look at this place. It makes me kind of sad. There's even a small playground.
So at that moment when the accident happened on reactor number 4, there were 2 more reactors under construction that were left unfinished, and here should be a cooling system for them.
Right, so now we arrived at a fish laboratory. So this entire place was actually an animal testing facility. So they did tests to see how far does radioactivity influence the animals. So over here we're like, I don't know, rats, rabbits, something like that. Lots of them. That's a gas mask for a kid. So here we've got some jars, and it's filled with fish specimen. So I mean, that's obviously a fish. Then there's all these things. I don't know. That's another fish. You can see it over there. They've got lots of small fish. Look. And then, I don't know what else is in these jars, but yeah. It's okay, so this is the new sarcophagus. It took 7 years to build and it cost 2.2 billion, but it's better than previous ones, so that's good. What does it say? 16?
And normally 0.3.
Okay, we had lunch and now we're at a former train station of Pripyat. So here we are in the former police station. I mean, that's like where they would help you. Because I think over here, this used to be some kind of cell or weapon storage, something like that. Don't really know. Walking around in Pripyat, it's obvious what 30 years can do. Like, nature completely took over the city. You can see over there. Yeah, so you go inside. On the right, there's just some room. And on the left, you can actually get into like where they would help you. Oh, this is like a desk. And this is a temporary cell. Jeez. So let's take a look at what an average cell looked like in Chernobyl or Pripyat. This is like the cell door. You come in here. They've got a beautiful toilet on the left. And then the bed. Who knows for how many people? I don't know. Like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? I don't know. And then, I mean, if you were allowed to go outside. So you come outside and then you've got this place. Beautiful. I'm currently alone. Rest is outside. A bit creepy to be here. I'll be fine. Over here we have the outside of the police station. Yeah, I know. Just a typical building. Okay, made it onto the roof. Not that much to see. So, let's go down. Get down. We arrived to, what is it, like 4th, 5th, 6th spot today. A kindergarten again. It's so sad to see things like this, look. It's like some kind of piano. Doesn't work. What's funny though is that the radioactivity here is like half of what it's normally. Normal amount is like 30, now it's 13. Beds. Tiny children beds. This place is just full with children's toys. Look, it's a boat. This place actually still looks well preserved. Like, lots of dust and all that, but drawings, toys, fish, but piano, and playground. Like this nowadays wouldn't, like, no way, this would be too dangerous. And then there's this thing. The thing is, this place has been abandoned for like 32 years now. So nature completely takes over, and it is visible in how I'm taking it. Like, this is a street. This is not a path, this is a street. It's crazy. Like, it's an entire city. Because like, the pictures you see from Chernobyl and Pripyat are like open streets, like an open city. But if you go a little bit more to like the outskirts, it's overgrown, completely overgrown. It's actually quite crazy. Look at this. This is the street. This is the parking space for like the kindergarten. Look, where'd the street go? And that's just 32 years. Imagine what 50 or 100 years does. Oh yeah. So the weather's shit right now, but over there is the sarcophagus. Then the Call of Duty hotel. It's like right here, somewhere over there. Right, we're in the swimming pool right now, but this is like I don't know, the gym. So yeah, but over here is the swimming pool. So looking forward to this. I'm so looking forward to this one. Thing I love about this place is just that nature's completely taking over. Look at that. The trees are literally coming inside. Okay, so we arrived at a middle school. Literally right next to the swimming pool, so that would be quite useful. But yeah, all these windows are open. There's a room with gas masks over there, we're going there now. So that's what a classroom looked like. Basically the same as in every school. The auditorium. And here's the gym. And here we've got a room, it's filled with gas masks for children. Look, size comparison. As big as my hand. Freaking small. Previous one was probably just for toddlers and like gym. This one is more like basketball and football and those kind of things. So like this is basically a map of, that's a 30-kilometer exclusion zone. And like this is a little bit higher. That's a 10 kilometers exclusion zone. And all these things are like abandoned towns. See, what a lot of people don't know. They think it's just Chernobyl and Pripyat that are abandoned. But no, there are like 96, I could be off with the exact number, but somewhere in the 90s, abandoned villages. And like, yeah. So over here you can see the names of all the villages that are abandoned. I'm not gonna try to read them, but look, it keeps going all the way over there. On the back, it's the same one, but it's crossed over, look. So it's not a town anymore. Like 3/4 of them don't exist anymore because they're like just, nature takes over. Day 2 of my trip to Pripyat, and we're in Chernobyl right now. There are lots of dogs as well, look. You see? Lots of wild dogs. There's another one right there. Anyone that has played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 or COD 4 knows that you're going from that building. That's where the helicopter passes through. Then you follow this arch. You can't go in there because like there's too much radiation in the game, not in real life. You go here, now you get in the hotel, and then you get up here, and this is where you do the sniping mission. And actually, what is really funny is that in real life, the sarcophagus is over there, just like in the game. Fuck yes. Okay, time to explore the rest of the hotel and let the gaming nerd inside of me calm down for a second. Let's check an average room, so we get in. Okay. Bathroom, yeah. In the room, beautiful. Here we have the kitchen. It's a small kitchen for a hotel. Maybe there's more here. Oh yeah, okay, there's more. Good, because this is the restaurant. Nice. I gotta say, that's a pretty cool view. That's an old television box. That's cool. Alright, time to move to the cultural center. So you come from here, this is the arch. And then you go to the hotel, which is over there. Yep. Now, actually, where I'm walking here, you're not allowed to walk in the game because there's too much radiation. So, boom. Yes, mate. Movie theater. And a gym. Football field, basketball field. With the Ferris wheel over there. Right over there. Yep. Fuck yes. This theme park actually never opened. It was supposed to open like beginning of May. And the accident happened on 26th of April, so. So we made it to the football field. And don't expect too much because it's been abandoned for 30 years. But look. That's a football field. Huh. The running track, benches, and a light. But no field anymore. Right. We arrived at the supermarket. Alright, supermarket. Random chair, just chilling. So we're on our way to the music school right now. It's somewhere over there. I can see parts of it. Found it. The auditorium. This is a view from upstairs. We're in the hospital now. Look at this scale. Nope. Doesn't work anymore. It's like I said, like crazy overgrown. Look at this. This is the courtyard, like playing area. Look at this. It's a railing for the kids. This is Café Pripyat. Very original. Look at this tree. It's growing down. What the fuck?
So here where we're standing is 0.4, so it's normal. 100.
Look at this thing. Duga radar. Listed as a summer camp for children, it was used to spot intercontinental missiles shot from the US. This is an amazing piece of Cold War history. 150 meters high, 500 meters long. Fucking hell. Even on this roof we find a chair just chilling. Control room of the radar outside. Okay, so this is like basic controls. I don't know what it's all about. But the thing that's really cool is like the radar was used to spot intercontinental missiles. Look at this. So that's the United States. That's like Ireland, UK, like Europe. And this over here is the USSR, Soviet Union. It would check when it would take off in the US, where it would be and when it would land. It's crazy. Cold War, man. Okay, so this is a classroom where you learn how to drive. You've got all the symbols on top of it. Alright. This is what they call propaganda room. I mean, this is all NATO. Over there, there's more. Okay, we got to the big control room, and like, it's honestly one of the biggest control rooms I've ever seen. So, yeah, obviously it looks like shit right now because it's been abandoned for like 30 years, but lots of screens over here, small screens over there, and then all of that was one big screen.
And with this stunning location, we arrived at the end of this explore. For years, Chernobyl felt like this distant place I only experienced through games and films. Seeing it in real life was something truly special. Thank you for joining me on this trip, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.